What's good, YouTube? Um, it's Aquarius Leviathan Prophecy, and listen, man. I was just watching Colin today, Colin Coward show, and he was just basically talking about um, how nobody knew who nobody was in the college. He was kind of comparing, the NBA draft to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, like I haven't watched the NFL since '07. I watched it '07, '08, and '09. After that, no, '07, '08, and '09. Yeah, so those were the only 3 years I watched the NFL. Other than that, 2010, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I haven't watched the NFL for nearly 10 years. Okay? Because I was too busy, working and, you know, paying attention to my Knicks and stuff like that. So, I decided to take, time off of football, you know. Um, but to to be honest, like I just feel like, he just talks out the ass. Sometimes he's right, sometimes, he's just dead on wrong about things. The NFL, the NBA draft is obviously different. You know, surely you're not gonna know who. Like, surely you're not gonna know who these kids are because you don't do your homework. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just think that these kids are gonna be bust, or these kids are going to not gonna make it, or a few of them, or like out of 700, probably like two of them are going to make it pro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know that. Same thing for football. Like, I don't know who these damn quarterbacks are coming out. It's like it's always quarterbacks. Now, obviously, that's how the NFL is built, you know? Like, for the NBA, I think, a lot of people, I mean, you don't necessarily have to pinpoint on one position in football. I mean, basketball, right? Like, say for instance, you have a point guard, like you don't necessarily need a point guard. You want a point guard, like a small forward, a shooting guard can drop the ball down the field, up the field. You know what I'm saying? Now, I mean, they may not have the best handles, but they can do it. You know what I'm saying? Um, but the NFL is different. The quarterback has 99% of the plays. You know, um, like the NFL, like the quarterback, he has control over the offense. You know what I'm saying? Like if a running back rushes for 210 yards, or a wide receiver catches for a buck 69 and three touchdowns, ain't nobody gonna care about that. You know what I'm saying? But if a quarterback throws for 400 yards, two touchdowns, well, not even 400 yards, probably like 313, 320, three touchdowns, a quarterback rating of 87. You know what I'm saying? No sacks, no takeaways. They're gonna be talking about that particular person, and not even how, those running backs broke like two tackles to get into the touchdown, or that wide receiver, had to, catch in triple coverage for a touchdown. You know, like that Hail Mary that Murray did. And nobody was talking about how DeAndre Hobson caught that. It was talking about, how Murray threw that ball in the right spot, this and that and the third. Like, they take so much out of offensive players that is just equipped to the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't have a quarterback in this league, you're gonna sink or swim. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. It's not like that for the NBA. You know, everybody eats in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, I get it. You know, the NFL has 52 men. They have offense, defense. They have, wide receivers. That's why they have so much coaches. That's why they have so many coaches for so many different positions. It's crazy. You know, like you don't necessarily need all those positions. You don't need necessarily need all those coaches for those positions, but I understand. You know, for each position there's a coach. You know, so and then yeah, there's only head coach and assistant head coach, and that's it. You know, that's all you need. You know, but two totally different sports. Um, but yeah, man. It's just like for me, like I don't know half of these quarterbacks, to be honest with you. Like I said, my last time watching the NFL was around 2009. I stopped watching it. I only watched the NFL draft, to be honest with you. That's how I knew about Odell and Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones. You know, but, from 2010 to 2019, 9 years stretch, I haven't watched no NFL whatsoever. I mean, like I said, the only thing I watched was the college. Was NFL. And sometimes I didn't even watch that. So, I mean, I don't even know who these players are. Like you talk about the draft before this, when they had Zion and RJ and John Morant. You don't think nobody knew who John Morant was? You don't think nobody knew who RJ Barrett was? Like nobody knows who these players are coming out of these big time schools. Ain't nobody like what the hell, like fans are not gonna wanna care who comes out the damn draft, you know? Like the NFL fans only care about two things. They only care about production and championships. They don't necessarily care about the stats or how many, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like how many tackles you like. That's just stupid talk. You know. That's why I always say the NFL, the Super Bowl is a make and break. I mean, make or break year. Make uh the Super Bowl for the NFL is their glory pool. You know what I'm saying? Like you look back at any other game. It could be from the 90s, 80s, early 2000s up to now. You can't tell me one Pacific play that oh, you saw that how he no. Why is it always the NFL? Why is it always in the Super Bowls big plays happen? Don't you ever think about that? Like the NFL is where big plays happen. Big plays don't happen in the regular season because nobody cares about the regular season. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be talking to your friends. Oh, you saw that one play that dude did on him in week 7. Like what? But when you bring up the NFL, oh yeah, yeah, that diving catch he made. You see what I'm talking about? The NFL is where big plays happen. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody gives a crap what happened 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, in any of these eras, because nobody's gonna care. But as soon as you bring up the Super Bowl, they automatically, oh, see how everybody's bringing up that David Tyree catch. I mean that David Tyree catch, or that Santonio Holmes touchdown, or that Harrison pick for or that Harrison pick returned for a touchdown, or that Lynn Swan, helmet deflection catch. Why is it always when people say the Super Bowl, big plays occur? You know what I'm saying? But in the NBA, it's the same thing. But in the regular season, you could pinpoint, oh, I remember when Kobe Bryant scored 81 points. Oh, I remember when Carmelo Anthony dropped 62 points against the Bobcats. You can remember stuff like that, but you can't remember stuff that happens week 1 through week 17 or week 18. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Collins have his right. I mean, Colin has his, opinion, and I have mine. You know, I think the NFL needs to do a better job of just spreading the ball around, and stop forcing and stop, you know, and stop worshiping and spraying perfumes on these quarterbacks. You know, like I'm just sick and tired. Like for once, I just want a defensive player to win. You know, because people don't understand. How playing defense is hard. Playing defense in the NFL is very hard. I don't care if you're from a college, high school, middle school. Playing defense is hard. They always have a chip on their shoulder. You know, offensive players don't have chips on their shoulders because they don't have to do that much. Whether you're a tight end, fullback, wide receiver, running back, they don't have to do much. But a defensive player, they'll always have a chip on their shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a chip on my shoulder when they switched me to defensive end. So, because I had to prove them wrong. Because I mean, obviously as a wide receiver, you're supposed to be the fastest, the sharpest, you know, and I mean, I had two other dudes that was my height, but they can run real fast. You know what I'm saying? So they just switched me to defensive end, and I just flourished in that. You know, but I mean, like I said, man, the NFL did need to do a better job of just they just need to do a better job of you know putting other players first instead of a quarterback. Now I know the NFL. I mean the quarterback is the face of the offense. You know what I'm saying? I think anybody on defense could be captain. You know, but 99% or 100% of the blame and 100% of the share is gonna go to the quarterback, whether they hit the ground running or they sink. You know what I'm saying? But every year, do you always have to give it to a quarterback? Like, a defensive player can be having his best year, and you'll still give it to a quarterback because I mean that should tell you that stats don't matter. You know, like if stats mattered, then Donald would have got won a defensive, would have won it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna hurt the league if a defensive player wins it. The NFL thinks that if we give the MVP award to a defensive player or a running back or a receiver, like it's gonna hurt the league. No, it's not. It's gonna make the more. It's gonna make the league more interesting. You know, because we're gonna be sitting here for the next 10 years watching quarterbacks win it after quarterback after quarterback after quarterback after quarterback. Like I want to see some fresh new faces. I want to see some fresh positions. I don't want to keep seeing the same old routine. Give it to quarterbacks each and every freaking year. Shit is boring as fuck. Give it to a cornerback. Give it to a running back. Give it to a middle linebacker who's having a great year. You know. But no, y'all just want to pinpoint it to the quarterback each and every year, which is fine. But, it is what it is. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.